the best of 3 sets. Referee in charge is Kerry Crompton.
So after that intriguing, enthralling match between an American and an Englishman, we now have one of the best players ever to come out of Holland. Certainly, arguably the best in the ladies' game. Well, of course, we all very fondly remember other players. But against this young lady from County Durham, from the lovely town of Barnard Castle, up there in County Durham. Lesser known, but quite capable of causing an upset, although it would be a major, major upset, Paul.
It would be an upset, but I don't think the ability of Kirsty Hutchinson right now can be ignored. She is trending in the right direction, I think is probably the right way to put it in the 21st century.
It's the first set, the first leg, and it's Eileen to throw first. Game on. I
think you've got to be a mathematician to actually understand that term absolutely as it's intended.
85.
Eileen de Graaf has been winning titles for what seems like forever in the BDO. Everywhere she goes, and she goes to a lot of tournaments.
55.
She's always worrying the trophy makers.
Yes, there's only a year between them. It seems incredible. Eileen de Graaf has been around now for so long, it seems. She's still in her 20s, admittedly, right at the end, and only 1 year separates these two.
96.
Kirsty is 28.
It's quite astonishing, really, because Eileen de Graaf seems like she's always been around.
100.
She took the mantle, of course, of Dutch world champion Frances Hunselaar.
Yes, great player, Frances, wasn't she, in the Trina Gulliver era, of course, and I suppose you might say that Eileen de Graaf is in the
85.
era of the Lancashire Rose.
Yeah, I don't think that's in any question, really. Obviously, last year, Suzuki winning was fabulous for ladies darts, but
61.
the last few years have belonged to Lisa Ashton.
131.
But de Graaf has started buoyantly here, trying to leave herself a double because she can't get the 131 anymore. And there's the one.
36.
Yeah, I saw her win the 2015 World Masters up there in Humberside, and she threw very well. She beat Lisa Ashton in the semi-final in one of the best ladies' games
95.
I've ever seen. And now she wants 95 for an early lead in this one. 25. Goes for the 20. She could go for the ball, but I don't think she will.
47. Kirsty, you require 146.
146 for Kirsty. The conventional route of going 61st. Can she pressurise de Graaf's 48?
Eileen, you require 48.
Not particularly. You fancy de Graaf to take this 48 with double 16. Really well executed.
And the first leg,
with those
Eileen de Graaf.
short, bulbous, heavy darts.
Kirsty to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, different styles. Kirsty Hutchinson from County Durham, which has a rich history in darts. Former finalist in the men's event. Phil Nixon, of course, is probably the most famous player from County Durham. And other players who have graced the stage, like Paul Jennings and Davy Prinz from that great county too. Well, Paul Jennings and Dave Prinz still
46.
playing darts. Unfortunately, the great Phil Nixon is no longer with us, and he is sadly missed.
Indeed.
100.
So a good ton there from Hutchinson. But Eileen de Graaf here still
60.
Oh, sorry, it was Eileen de Graaf throwing. Hutchinson just gets that 60 to keep her nose in front in this leg.
40.
Winner of this game, Gunny, takes on Bo Greaves. Interesting draw, and I'm fascinated by the Ladies' Championship this year because no matter where you look, there's a potential winner.
Yes.
60.
One or two new names and one or two familiar ones. All of them very capable.
96.
Well, there have been a lot of headlines for ladies darts in the last few weeks. But what would it do for the game if Bo Greaves at the age of 16, let's remember that she's 16 this week.
Yes.
If she wins the tournament at the age of 16,
85.
what will that do for ladies darts profile? It will do it no damage, let's put it that way.
And it begs the question, would she then dominate the sport to the extent that, I know he lost
28.
last week in the final, but Michael van Gerwen has, because he was winning quite major tournaments at the age of 16.
Yeah, he won the World Masters as a teenager. I think he won the Northern Ireland Open at the age of 17 as well.
78.
Maybe even 16. These ladies know about winning. Eileen more so because she has more big-time experience.
45.
This, of course, is Kirsty's debut
Kirsty
at the World Championships.
112.
So 112, she can't go out now. 111 left, 91. She's got to go the treble 17 here. Good dart. Good dart. She
72.
does listen to me, you know.
Aileen, you require
I've never actually spoken
148.
to her. Can she get tops now to level up?
28.
A lot of people who are from County Durham don't have an accent. It's a very well-to-do
And that's game shot.
county.
And the second
It's a very
leg,
well-to-do
Kirsty
double
Hutchinson.
top.
It's the third leg.
There's a
It's
little
Aileen to
hint
throw
of
first. Game on.
Sunderland in her accent, only a little bit.
Well, that was an excellent bit of play there from Hutchinson, wasn't it?
26.
She took that treble 17 nicely and then followed it up with tops next dart. First dart of the next visit. She's got the ability, no question
59.
about it, to create a surprise.
You do see a lot of movement in the Hutchinson setup, but you don't see a lot of movement in the throw, which is
40.
one of the reasons why she's improving. You see the movement of the head and the arm to the definitive starting point of the throw. After she finds that point, the arm is propelled
60.
forward in a very straight manner, and it's a deceivingly good throw.
De Graaf, I've described her throw
44.
as a push. She pushes the dart.
It's a bit whippy sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly served her well down the years. Dutch Open champion 2 years
45.
running. World Masters, as I mentioned, in 2015. She was brilliant there. I was also there when she won the BDO World Darts Trophy in 2017.
96.
Down in South Wales, down on Barry Island. She's won the Finder Darts Masters twice. That takes some winning. And she's the current holder for 8 BDO World titles.
42.
Ranked titles, I should say.
Well, from that synopsis, John, you've got to say that the only thing missing from that CV is this title. Finder Masters, obviously the Big Dutch, which
83.
is one of the biggest opens in the world, and then those big events, the World Trophy and the World Masters. She's got one of those, so she desperately craves to get the Triple Crown in the BDO, which is this Ladies World Championship, to add to
95.
that. Bit of a cagey match so far.
60.
Searching for trebles, and you can just see from that tiny show of exasperation from De Graaf that she's not doing quite enough to keep Kirsty at bay.
That's a great recovery. That first start, you know, might have put a lot of people off. She came back well with 2 strong arrows.
96.
Good stuff
Kirsty
from Eileen de
requires
Graaf to leave
75.
an easy 2-darter. Should she return, she might not, because Hutchinson needs double 12. Gets away with that one, but gets that one and uses the guide somehow off the post, and she's got herself a lead in set 1.
And just remember this, every time she hits treble 17, she follows up with the double, whether with 1 dart or 2. Well, that's the name. That's certainly the case in this match so far.
She's playing within herself right now, and she's starting to enjoy it. And you can see how fast she's walking back from the board. That's a sign of someone who can't wait to throw darts.
140.
Yeah, supremely confident. 361, 361.
Oh, that's unlucky. Just hit the top of the flight, or maybe the prong of the stem, and all of a sudden it winds up on the floor, which is null point.
40.
Twice as many, but that's only 20 many. As many, more, I mean.
Good adjustment.
85.
85 in this spot is pretty much a dart ahead in a leg that Kirsty could win the set.
81.
It's just too much frustration on the face of Eileen de Graaf at the moment.
Yeah. Remember, this is just first to 2 sets, as it says there. Best of 3. And Hutchinson, I was going to say, if she got the treble 20 there, I'd say she was well on her way to winning this one. But Eileen de Graaf might have something to say about it.
66.
Oh, she's only scored 66 to land herself on 174, and it's Hutchinson now on 173 throwing.
She might go 18s here.
55.
She wants to stay on the 20s, but 55 has left her 118. And de Graaf desperately needs a treble.
55.
She gets one, but it's the wrong
Kirsty, you
one.
require
Yes.
118.
So, 118 for the set. Treble 20 she needs for the double 19. Yes, that's an excellent dart. Down to the bottom of the board. Double 19. Oh,
80.
so close. She'll be back though. She may well split it, and maybe going for 6 or 10 with that one would have been profitable in the end.
Eileen de Graaf on the 119 hit a big 7.
87.
She has set up double
Kirsty,
16.
require 38.
But she has to rely on the debutant from County Durham not taking out 38 points for the first set. What's she doing? Straight for it?
And that's
And why
Gershon.
not?
And the first set. Kirsty
Confident
Hutchinson.
stuff from Kirsty Hutchinson. Takes that
Second
first set.
First leg.
She's
Kirsty
petty,
took
she's
the
buoyant,
reverse.
and she's in the lead.
Game on.
Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. And got to say, the way that she took that double 19. Supremely
81.
confident. Yes, I've seen Eileen de Graaf play better than this. Too many of those kind of darts
83.
away from the 20 sector. And Hutchinson has been the more consistent marginally, but she's finished brilliantly.
26.
3 legs that she has completed.
The Women's World Championship, of course, started in 2001, and it was dominated by the
90.
great Trina Gulliver for so many years until 2009, when Frances Hunsela took the title. And the year before that, Anastasia Dobromislova got her first championship.
80.
And after that, it was sprayed about a bit amongst Anastasia, Trina, Lisa Ashton, and then, of course, Mikuru Suzuki getting her first
59.
championship last year. But this section of the draw for me, John, the bottom half, the winner of this plays Bo Greaves, like we mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And then Mikuru Suzuki, the number 2 seed, the defending
85.
champion, will take on Maria O'Brien. That's tomorrow night. And then on Tuesday afternoon, it's Anastasia against Sharon Prinz of the Netherlands. Just a fascinating tournament.
Most certainly
81.
is, Nico. And one ladies' game per session just gives us that nice bit of variety.
97.
Well, Kirsty's the only debutant in the whole of the 16 players in this tournament, which is quite incredible. Everybody else has played at least
47.
once.
Kirsty, you require
Well,
132.
Mikuru last year won on debut, so why can't Kirsty win the world title on debut?
Only 25.
And you require 141.
So opens the door here for de Graaf. 61 left. That'll be 42 when she goes, and
107.
I rather fancy that she will have another go, although Hutchinson here on 107 could well prove me wrong. 47 left. Tops she wants.
87.
Great effort.
Aileen, you require 42.
I like the 7 there. If you're feeling ever so slightly edgy, you slip into the 19, you've still got a double. With double 16 for Aileen de Graaf.
And that's game shot. And
very useful in that southwest corner.
It's the second leg.
She breaks through at start set 2.
Game on.
Best of 3 sets, of course. And from here, Aileen de Graaf cannot afford almost any mistakes. And that's the great mantra of
60.
the great Michael van Gerwen. You can't afford any mistakes. That's how he says it anyway.
And what do they share, those two
58.
great Dutch players, in common?
Is it a birthday?
Michael, absolutely. Michael van Gerwen, 25th of April. Different years, actually only 1 year difference. Michael is a year older to the day than Aileen de Graaf. And another great former player had 59. The same birthday, the great Eric Bristow. So, special day. They should call that a special darting day, the 25th of April.
St. Darts Day.
Yes.
National Darts Day has got a good ring to it.
I think we'll start it from here. National Darts Day is the 25th of April.
Fabulous.
It's 60. Official now, folks. In memory of Eric, in honour of Michael van Gerwen and this great lady player, Aileen de Graaf. And if anybody else has a birthday on that day who plays darts, you can let us know.
Yeah, get in touch on Twitter. John and I are both on that social media platform. Can, of course, use the hashtag BDODarts.
40.
And Michael van Gerwen, while we're on the subject of him, he never won a game in this championship. He only played in it once.
Yes.
And was absolutely gubbed by Gary Robson, 3-0. Great cover shooting from de Graaf to put herself in charge in not only this leg, but this set.
.41. Aileen, you require 150.
I know this isn't the longest of games, but even so, you get into the game to the 57. Point where experience can begin to count. And, you know, I just have a feeling we're witnessing that at the moment as de Graaf just looks to 60. Take control, certainly, of this set.
Require 93.
So 93, treble 19, double 18. There's the first part of it. Now double 9, across the board we go. Oh, she's gone.
77.
That might be sensible. I think she went for 2 to square it off. I wasn't to know. And 16 back, she'll come back. Of course, she throws so quickly as well, Paul, doesn't she?
60.
She does. And as soon as her eyes went to the right-hand side of the board, you could just tell that she was laying up for double 8. Double 4, which now is double 2.
And that's game
and the plan has worked. Eventually, and she's starting to mount a charge on Kirsty Hutchinson's chance of going through.
It's Kirsty to throw first. Game on.
And the fact she finished on double 2 reminds us that it was a sensible move to get the 2. She got the breakdown from the 8s to the 4s to the 2s, which wouldn't have been there if she'd gone for double 9.
Very true. On the
100.
double 9 split, you've got to get the odd number to leave another shot of double. So it just goes to show that Aileen de Graaf is not just a great player,
58.
but a very good tactician. In an era of newfangled
30.
equipment, which is all bells and whistles, there's something old school about the stuff that Kirsty's using. Looks like a very
97.
well-used set of barrels and an old school set of cream shafts and the big wing flight. These days you can get all sorts of colours and
59.
materials and different bits of equipment, but something very traditional about what Kirsty's using today.
No, there's a certain
84.
1980s about them, isn't there?
I don't mind a bit of 1980s darts.
No.
What a fabulous decade it was for darts. winners in the men's draw, the likes of Jockey Wilson, John Lowe, Eric Bristow, Bob Anderson. I'm sure Bob's at home watching, loves his darts. Still plays a great game.
Oh, John Lowe, very busy on the exhibition circuit. I think at the moment he's out on holiday somewhere, but anyway, no doubt find a place to watch it.
40.
Right, De Graaf 182 on the switch. 76 leaves 106.
96.
That's all right.
Kirsty
She left herself 86 in
135.
case Kirsty can't take the 135. She's not going to. So De Graaf will return for the 86 in the set. 113 left for Kirsty.
42.
Not much pressure.
Aileen, you require
De Graaf
86.
for one set all needs 86.
Double 16. Brilliant,
And that's
brilliant.
And the second
No sooner
set.
you said it, she did it.
Up against each other in the next round if Kirsty comes through, but now one set shootout. Here we go. And Gwynny, I've got to bring up National Darts Day again because we've had some great tweetage in the break.
134.
Someone who said the relevance of April the 25th. It would share National Darts Day potentially with Anzac Day, which is a big day in the Oceanic region.
Absolutely.
Red Hat Society Day. World Penguin Day, which we'll come back to in a second. And one of my personal favourites, National Zucchini Bread Day.
174.
Well, a brilliant 174 to just interrupt there because that was De Graaf at a very, very best. Using the board with
60.
great skill. Penguin Day. It's a true story, this, Paul. I'll come to it in a minute. Nice treble 19. Nice one again.
133.
Brilliant darts there again.
The plan has changed from De Graaf. She's starting on 19s now, and I have to say, the way she's played in this leg so far, the plan is prudent.
60.
It's definitely a good one.
60.
Leaving herself 60 after 9 darts. Now she needs the 20s. 2 10s for a 12 dart leg.
40.
Plenty of time to work with.
That second one might have been much, much closer. Might even have been in, but for just being nudged by the dart that was already there in the treble 20. That's a good response. That's a great response. It still means that she's got work to do, and she's got to hope that De Graaf misses a double 10. Well, she did by some way there. She's burst her score deliberately there, has she? Oh no, she hasn't. She's gone down to 8.
Well, Hutchinson looking to get down to a 2-darter. And if she goes 25 a bull here, she will leave a 2-darter. Too many times in this tournament so far have I seen people not using the 25 and bull to leave the 2-darter, and a bust from Aileen De Graaf now offers the chance to Kirsty to steal the leg on 101.
Well, she got down. She was on 60 after just 9 darts, but her finishing has really let her down and given Hutchinson a chance. She's got to...
Can we please just have a little bit of respect for the player throwing? Thank you.
Yeah, big moment in the match, and Kerry Crompton, rightly so, telling someone to give the best of order.
Well, I heard it was so loud, I thought it was you for a minute, Paul.
Hey, it wasn't me. And for the second time in a row, Aileen De Graaf has bust, but this time it was on the 13 side. And Hutchinson can't believe her luck.
And if Richardson wins this leg, I wonder what sort of effect it might have for all her experience on Aileen De Graaf. She was sailing away into the sunset as far as this leg was concerned, but the sun came down on Hutchinson's side. Well plugged on, never gave up, stuck in there. And Graaf, well, if ever a leg was lost that ought not to have been, it was that one.
Yeah, she's made up some plucky stuff as Kirsty Hutchinson. And you got it from that yelp at the end of that leg. She wants that match with Bo Greaves badly. She wants to keep the dream alive of winning a World Championship on debut. And De Graaf again is not missing that 57 bet. And she's testing the counting skills of our female referee, Kerry Crompton, who's doing a fabulous job.
Yes, indeed. Yorkshire lass from Balby near
44.
Doncaster. The referee.
Yeah, Kerry said on a couple of occasions on her Twitter feed that she gets nervous before games. I don't know why. She does a great job.
43.
Look at that from Kirsty. You don't see that from a lot of female players, but I don't mind that whatsoever.
That's reaction, all right. And the penguin story, I was doing a test at school a long time ago, and I'd left my pen at home, so I had to use a pencil, and the teacher looked up and said, "Where's your penguin?" I said, "I brought a bag and wheel today, sir," and the whole class got into trouble. I don't think they've forgiven me yet.
83.
Anyway, 83, she scored in well again. That takes her down to 254.
I tell you what, John, you must have had a few quid if you could afford those big round biscuits, mate. I couldn't afford those when I was a kid.
We only had
60.
tuppence. We only had tuppence halfpennies and threepences in those days. Proper money.
De Graaf persistent,
98.
but didn't choose to stay on the 57 because if she got it, she would leave 159. Really, really good darts knowledge from De Graaf. This game is finally poised. Best of 5 legs in this last set.
60.
No tiebreaker.
Aileen, you require 156.
Well, she'd stay up there, obviously. Tried 60.
60.
That leaves her 96, but
151.
knowing what happened in the last leg, Hutchinson's much, much closer than she was then.
Needs to up that dart. Needs to keep climbing the ladder unless she switches, which she does.
61.
It's not the end of the world, that
Aileen,
dart,
you
because it
require
takes her to
96.
a doable 2 or 3 darter, and De Graaf will get a shot at double 8. Oh, so close
88.
after a worldie of a
Kirsty, you
60
require 90.
to give herself the shot, but Hutchinson gets this. That yelp might turn into a scream.
Yes. Now another one of those will mean the bullseye. Oh, unlucky.
47.
She perhaps a little
Aileen,
further
you
away than
require
it first
8.
seemed, but even so.
And that's game shot. And the
Now
second
it's a
leg,
level
Aileen de
game.
Graaf.
One set all, one leg all.
The third leg
All
is Aileen
to play for.
first. Game on.
And now it's a best of 3 legs match. Just get the feeling there is a lot of frustration in the arm and the mind of Aileen de Graaf right now.
67.
Every visit she has that is unsatisfactory to her, she is showing us, the audience, and Kirsty Hutchinson how she's feeling.
60.
More often than not, though, she's hitting that 57 at least once
80.
when she visits the board. Hutchinson, that's a beautiful, beautiful adjustment.
Just thinking, it just needed the same
100.
pitch, didn't it? Basically, I was a little surprised the other one didn't go in as well.
Well, good grouping from
37.
Aileen de Graaf, but that's the only compliment I can pay it, because 2 treble 3s is not what she wanted.
I think that was actually 37. It was called as 35. Oh, it was 37 on our scoreboard.
60.
Anyway, that's the main thing.
Hutchinson has half a dart lead here. No trouble
59.
for the Dutch lady. Hutchinson is in charge here. This is against the throw, it's so big. Wasn't comfortable on dart 2 there, Kirsty. Somewhat maturely, on her debut, she stepped back and took stock. Where does she want to go here? Surely she wants to nestle the flight underneath the first one, just like that.
140.
Brilliant. That was magnificent with a capital M.
That wasn't bad either, John.
140.
No.
Kirsty, you require 141.
That was brilliant with a capital B.
Well, 20 off that for 121. Again, the play here is 25, but she doesn't utilise it.
23. Aileen, you require 118.
Look at that. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1-8, 1-1-8. Sounds like an advert for something.
58.
Oh, that amount of ones,
Kirsty,
it's
you
like
require
binary code
118.
without the zeros. Now, this would be massive. A break of throw, potentially. a blocked 60 she can find if she lifts it a little bit. What a dart for double 19. She's done this previously in the match.
99.
But she missed it on the low side.
60.
Once she had the 118, she came back for the double 19 last time.
Yes, she did. Remember, she missed it the first time, but got it first start, the second.
And that's
De Graaf just about hanging on to a throw.
It's the fourth leg. It's Kirsty to throw
now
first.
Kirsty throwing to save the set and the match.
Games in this tournament so far, over the last 3 sessions, we've seen a lot of focus, seen a lot of talent, a lot of comradeship as well between certain players, but with these two, you get the feeling
59.
there may not be a lot of love lost when it comes to the end. So much desire from both players to try and get to the next phase. Advantage to Graaf for pretty much 42. The first time in the match.
Yes. That last start could be worth twice as many when it comes to the final countdown.
What is it they say? Something like that, John? Good as a ton.
Yeah.
98.
It's only 4 short.
Someone said that to me once when I hit 104. Good as a ton.
Oh,
95.
Again, another good last start. Great to see. Makes the score.
Well, Hutchinson is being forced to hit big shots now. She needs another one.
96.
That's okay right now, but she's forced to watch on as De Graaf on 249 is hitting
99.
at least one treble a visit at this point.
Yeah, that's what she's been doing over the years. When it comes crunch time, she's been able to just add that little extra percentage to her game.
45. Aileen, you require
Now
150.
it might prove to be crucial. 76, 74 left. 60
90.
when she goes.
For the first time in the match, Kirsty has to think this match may be over, and I'm not going to be the one to win it.
60.
Only 60 is not enough, and De Graaf in a flash can win this right now on tops.
Got to come down for double 15.
30.
So
Kirsty
close, wrong side of the wire.
38.
Now, I know for a fact that this young lady was only 2 years old when Keith Deller hit 138 to win the world title, so she won't remember it. She ain't going to do it anyway.
$100.
Oh, lovely ton, though.
Aileen, you require 30.
Just have a feeling now that De Graaf, so experienced, will finish this off.
No score.
KG, she looked
Kirsty
unsure
requires
as to whether
38.
to go straight for it or to split it. And by hook or by crook, I'm sure there's a place called Crook in County Durham.
There is. Crook, oh yes.
Well, I'm going to say it
Definitely.
again then. By hook or by crook, she's got another chance. And it's a
And
chance
that's
she's just
game shot
taken.
and the
We are
fourth
going
leg.
to a
Kirsty
one-leg shootout
Hutchinson.
in this ladies'
It's
game.
the fifth and final leg, and it's Aileen to throw first. Game on. $98.
Well, she's continuing doing that, getting that one big treble, but full credit to Kirsty Hutchinson when that moment has been presented to her, when
85.
you could say she's been let off the hook, not the crook, then she's cashed in on it, hasn't she?
97.
Yet again, Aileen de Graaf getting a treble, which is vital. Just a palm off Hutchinson. De Graaf with the throw in this last leg. Fascinating stuff.
100.
Steady ton from Kirsty. And this is such a tight game.
$133.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant at a time when you really do need it. Absolutely brilliant. And now this treble's needed.
60.
Well, what De Graaf would give for another 133 on the 19s. It would set up tops. She might get it. With a treble. That's
95.
fine.
Yeah, she's going to be happy with that. 78. But her finishing has not been convincing in this game. And this leg is not over yet, folks.
100.
She had those darts
Aileen
at double
requires
15 a few
78.
minutes ago, couldn't get it. Now 78, 20 for tops. Tops for the match.
And that's game shot and the match. Aileen